All right, guys, we are back for another Dokkan battle video. So, I want to do a video here. Um, I probably would have did this a little bit later on, kind of in like the week or something, but we don't know exactly what's going to be coming. We do know that, well, there should be easy details coming tonight, right? And the ECAs will probably drop, I don't know, the 4th or something like that, when they'll probably be out. We'll see. Maybe it's the 5th. They're going to be dropping. Next week should be the Part 2 LR, right? Like, if we look, based on the sales are at the 10th right there, and then we've also, the Elder Kai, like, sometimes, I feel like sometimes the sales and Elder Kai stuff, like, it can be a little bit hit or miss, but I do think we're probably going to see it next week, which is a little early. Is it? No, not really, because then there's this, and then I think the 30th is when we could expect the Dokkan Fest LR dropping for TDC, right? So, Part 2 LR should be coming. Now, we had the big boy drop, Metal Cooler Army. This guy is really good, but he needs a lot of help. They designed him in such a way, I find this condition to be really suffocating right now. So, we have got to buff this up. So, I am most interested in a character here who is going to buff this. I want that way more than I do, like, a super class option, I would just say. Because I don't, like, there's no... I guess technically Beerus hits this, and he's a super class character, but, like, that's it. I mean, it's basically... I'm looking for just a villain to buff Metal Cooler right here, and I assume Metal Cooler is, you know, being set up to be a big help towards future Dokkan Fest this year, right? Like, we've seen this before. Especially, like, around this time slot, this could be set up for potentially, like, GDC or TDC, if we have something, like, really amazing from those releases. So, let me go over, I just have, like, 4 options here that I think we could see as part of the Part 2 LR. So, we'll start, of course, with Metal Cooler. So, the Dokkan Fest is Metal Cooler Army. Same name as this guy right here. And then, in terms of just Metal Cooler, there's 4. There's this band unit from a million years ago, 2018 Dokkan Fest, this is a free-to-play character, and 2022 Carnival LR. I think dropping a Yellow Quinn LR right here, Metal Cooler, boom. I think it would work really well. And then we'd have, like, they could even, what they could do, best case scenario probably, what they could do is they could really make it around this guy. So I have a video coming out, but let's just, like, I fought Metal Cooler Core quite a bit, right? There's, Metal Cooler Core is a boss in, I don't know, like, many events. Like, you fight this guy a lot, and it's just, like, this art. They really do need to get, like, a new version of this needs to be implemented badly. So, I mean, even if the card would just be called Metal Cooler Core, I think that would be sick as the Part 2 LR. I'd be really happy with that, because one mistake they made with this Metal Cooler right here is it should be Metal Cooler, and then Metal Cooler Core in parentheses right to the right of it, which usually giant ape characters have that, but this guy didn't get that, because that's what the core is. It's a giant transformation, right? The Metal Cooler Core. So I would love that. This is definitely my preferred pick. Just go Dokkan Fest Metal Cooler into Yellow Quinn LR Metal Cooler. To me, that's cinema. That would work so well. And then we would have this guy easying at some point. I would have to imagine him and the other 3 Worldwide Download Celebration LRs from 2022. I think that they are all going to be tied to more of like a major celebration here. I think. But we'll see what's going to happen, right? You guys can let me know on that. But I think him, Final Form Cooler, and then the Superclass Goku and Goku and Vegeta, TDC or GDC. Just makes a ton of sense to me. All right, so there's one option. Second option we could look at here, Mecha Frieza. Now, this would work because they did just drop King Cold kind of randomly here. And now I say kind of randomly because, I mean, he is a Wicked Bloodline character, so obviously that's going to do well with Metal Cooler. King Cold also previously has not had a summonable character besides Angel King Cold from the, the PyCon filler. So I think it's good for King Cold to get a ban unit right here. He's pretty good. And then, I mean, if we go... Here, let's get rid of this. If we now would go into a Mecha Frieza LR, I think that hits. I would like to see Mecha Frieza. I think Mecha Frieza could be a good Dokkan Fest too, right? Like this slot, which was Metal Cooler, I think could have been Mecha Frieza. I think we could see a Mecha Frieza Yellow Coin LR. I think it would make sense. Mecha Frieza does, I mean, it's, mostly anime filler, but he does attack Trunks several times. He's got a couple of attacks he could do, kind of with the Supernova, and then with this blast he does and stuff. I think it would work pretty well. I personally would be down with Mecha Frieza as a Yellow Coin LR, and most of all, I do want a character that's going to buff Metal Cooler anyway. So I'm totally down with Mecha Frieza as the Yellow Coin LR. Also, Android 13. I think Android 13 is a decent possibility here. There are many characters in the game where it's like, okay, Demon King Piccolo needs a Dokkan Fest. Kid Buu needs an LR. Kefla needs an LR, right? But like Kefla, does Kefla need a Dokkan Fest? No. I mean, she's had... Damn, my brain is caught. It's 2. Kefla has 2 Dokkan Fests, right? Not 3? It's 2. Yeah, because there's this one, and then there's the tech one. Yeah, because my brain was tying in the Carnival, Kale, and Caulifla together, which are not Kefla, and they're a Carnival. So Kefla's got 2 Dokkan Fests already. Oops, we're getting all mixed up. Kefla's got 2 Dokkan Fests, right? So, like, she needs an LR. Android 13, he just has 1 Dokkan Fest, and that's it. Like, so he... Like, an LR would be fine. Android 13, I think, is probably one of the lower interest characters they could drop. Android 13 is a very low hype scale character, like down near the bottom of the barrel, right? Like I would say there's a good chance, like if they dropped Videl, people would care more about Videl than like Android 13. I do think so. But Android 13, truthfully, is kind of what the doctor would order for this Metal Cooler. Because if we take a look at it, he does have Big Bad Bosses, and he does have Nightmare, and he does have Fierce Battle. And Metal Cooler's got Fear and Faith as well, too, right? Yes, he does. So they link very well together. Android 13 is on Metal Cooler's leader skill, and he's a movie boss's character. So an LR version of Android 13, I think, would go pretty hard right now. And the Android team is solid. I mean, it's not probably one of the top 10 best setups you could run, or even probably 15 or 20 best setups you could run. But Android is kind of like solid, but it does need like a really busted character. I mean, we could drop Android 13, who would massively help Metal Cooler, and then he also would help Android 16 and the Android team. Absolutely, dude. Absolutely. So we'll see what they could do there. But I would be pretty excited, I think, to see... I think I would like to see an Android 13, just because he's had so little to work with throughout the years, right? Like, we got to get some stuff like that. LR Android 13, right? It'll be me, Iron Cane, and I don't know who else. Nano is gonna, like, how would Nano, like, I don't know, I guess, like, because, I mean, I don't know, I'd tell Nano, like, yeah, this upcoming part 2 LR Nano, this is not, like, gonna be appointment TV. Nano's gonna catch drift that it's Android 13. He's gonna say, we'll get to it later. Android 13, he's not gonna put butts in seats, but I think I'd be okay with an Android 13 right here, because the number one focus should be buffing Metal Cooler anyway, right? Getting these villains ready to go for what I presume would be GDC power creep coming up. Remember how bad the GDC power creep was last year? Yeah. Now, the last option we could get right here, and I kind of don't want this. I mean, it'd be fun. This is the one that would probably get more people to care. It would be like a tag of Goku and Vegeta from the Metal Cooler movie, right? Here's all the tag characters that we have in the game. Super Saiyan Goku plus Super Saiyan Vegeta is not a current tag that we have, right? This is Super Saiyan Goku plus Angel Vegeta. This is Angel Super Saiyan Vegeta and Angel Super Saiyan Goku, right? So we could still do Super Saiyan Goku plus Super Saiyan Vegeta, right? I don't know. So I am curious, like, I guess I'm not really too sure, like, if it would work this way, but, like, would the characters technically be different named characters if they swap the order? So, like, could they drop a Super Saiyan Vegeta Angel plus Super Saiyan Goku, and they would be able to link? That's actually something I'm not sure on, right? Like, does that technically count as a different name just by the differing order of who, like, starts out first? Right? Because that could be interesting. Because then they would be able to do a second version of all these. Could you imagine? But yeah, I think that they could do something like this. So like this moment in particular, I mean, it's the active skill for these guys once you kind of like do the morale boost and do like their transformation. But I mean, they certainly could revisit the very end of the movie when Goku and Vegeta finish Metal Cooler off. I think that could be a huge part of like a tag character of the two of them coming out. It could be interesting. They could do that. I think that would probably be more fun or interesting for most people rather than like Android 13 or Mecha Frieza or another Metal Cooler. My preferred pick, I think it probably is in this order. I would prefer to see Metal Cooler drop here, then Mecha Frieza, then Android 13, and then Super Saiyan Goku and Vegeta. Because here's the thing, right? We're closing in on a major celebration. Guess what a major celebration is gonna have? It's gonna have a Super Saiyan. Like it's gonna open with a Super Saiyan, dude. Right? Like unless they go like with like Kid Goku and then Demon King Piccolo's part 2. Like what would they drop to where it's not a Super Saiyan? I guess technically UI Goku's not a Super Saiyan, but like it's still like kind of like the same concept, right? So like that's not like it would be like Kid Goku or like maybe they do like Saiyan Saga, right? Like it's just the chances that it's going to be a Super Saiyan or UI are 99.9%, right? Like leading into a Dokkan Fest LR, which we're about to get. So to me, like with the way my brain works and how I think like peaks and valleys what Dokkan should do, going into a major celebration of a huge thing, this is actually the perfect time to do Android 13 or Mecha Frieza or another Metal Cooler. I think it works perfectly. So let me know what you guys would like to see from the Part 2 LR slot. I would suspect the reveal for this might be a week from today, the 9th. I think the 9th could be the reveal for the Part 2 LR. Yeah, the 9th is what I'm thinking. So, Angels, let me know what you guys think. Thank you guys for watching. Again, I'm hoping for some Metal Cooler buffs. We'll see what's going to happen.